All right, so we're going to be taking a deep dive into some pretty serious hockey drama today.
Oh, yeah.
Alexander Ovechkin.
The great eight himself. Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
He was on fire this season, really looking like he might actually break Gretzky's record,
Yeah.
and then bam, a broken leg.
It's crazy.
What does this mean for the chase, for the record,
Oh, right.
for the Capitals,
Yeah.
for his career?
Huge questions.
Big questions, Ray. We have some Russian language articles here,
Ah,
stuff you wouldn't find anywhere else.
awesome.
So maybe we can get some answers.
Yeah, this is wild, right? I mean, the injury itself
Yeah?
happened November 19th.
Okay.
The Capitals were winning against Utah,
Uh-huh.
seemingly routine play.
Right.
And suddenly Ovechkin collides with Jack McBain
Yeah.
and goes down.
And the crazy thing is he actually tried to get back in the game.
Yeah, that's Ovechkin for you.
Yeah.
Tough as nails.
Oh, yeah.
But it was clear something was seriously wrong.
Right.
It turns out he had a broken fibula,
Oh, wow.
which means at least a month.
Oh.
Probably more on the sidelines.
Yeah.
And what makes this even more concerning is that Ovechkin is known for his durability.
Right.
I mean, he rarely gets injured.
I remember his teammate Nick Dowd said he was on fire. This sucks,
Oh, man.
I bet. But his agent, Gleb Chistikov,
Okay.
is saying he'll be back at the same level.
Huh.
Do you think that's realistic?
Hmm.
Coming back from an injury like this at 39?
Well, that's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And honestly, before this injury,
No.
I think a lot of people were underestimating Ovechkin.
Uh-huh.
Remember all the talk at the beginning of the season?
Yeah.
People were saying he was past his prime.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Like, everyone was writing him off.
Right.
But he was playing, like, he had something to prove.
Yeah.
He was leading the entire NHL in scoring.
Wow.
He hadn't done that in 3 years.
Really?
It really shows you what a competitor he is.
Yeah.
Even at this stage in his career,
Uh-huh.
he was defying expectations.
And those last couple of games before he got injured were just incredible.
I'd say.
Especially that Vegas game.
Oh, yeah.
It was the Capitals' first ever road win against the Golden Knights.
Right.
I mean, Ovechkin basically carried them to victory.
That's right. And let's not forget his hat trick in that game.
Oh, yeah.
That was his 31st hat trick,
Wow.
which puts him just one away from tying for 5th all time.
Gee.
He was on an absolute tear.
So his scoring was amazing,
Uh-huh.
but I also heard that his defense this season was really strong.
Yeah.
Is that true?
It's true. He's become a much more complete player.
Okay.
You know, for example, there was that block shot that led directly to a Capitals goal.
Right.
That wasn't just luck.
Yeah.
It shows how much more aware he's become defensively.
Okay.
And that kind of commitment is huge for the Capitals.
Of course, this all leads to the big question. What about the Gretzky chase?
Yeah.
Before the injury, he was only 27 goals away from breaking the most iconic record in hockey history.
Do you think it's still possible?
Well, before the injury, he was on pace to break it by the end of January.
Wow.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
it's definitely going to be tougher.
Right.
Even if he comes back and scores at his worst pace ever, he could probably still do it by the end of the season.
Okay.
But that's a big if.
Yeah. I mean, age is a factor.
For sure.
And coming back from an injury like this is never easy.
Right.
So are you saying you're not as optimistic as Ovechkin's agent?
Let's just say I'm cautiously optimistic.
Okay.
You know, there's no guarantee he'll be able to return to that same level of play.
Okay. So while we wait to see what happens with Ovechkin,
Yeah.
let's talk about what this means for the Capitals.
Okay.
They just lost their captain, their leading scorer, right before a really tough stretch of games.
Yeah.
I know they're trying to stay positive,
Uh-huh.
but how worried should they be?
I'd say worried is an understatement.
Right.
I mean, their first game without him, they lost.
Yeah.
And their schedule is brutal right now.
Yeah. They've got a lot of back-to-back games coming up against some of the top teams in the league.
I know their teammate Jakub Vrana said they need to be ready to win games without Ovechkin.
Yeah. But that's easier said than done.
Right.
Losing your captain and leading scorer is a massive blow to any team,
Yeah.
especially offensively. And let's not forget, the Capitals' defense isn't exactly their strong suit either.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to need their younger players to step up in a big way.
Right.
And that's a lot of pressure to put on those guys.
So what's your prediction for the Capitals while Ovechkin is out? Can they stay afloat?
Well, it's going to be a real uphill battle.
Yeah.
The longer he's out, the harder it will be to stay in the playoff race.
Right.
They'll need to find ways to win consistently.
Uh-huh.
And without Ovechkin, that's a tall order.
It seems like this could be a defining moment for the team.
It really could.
Can they prove they're more than just a one-man show?
Absolutely. I think this is their chance to show they're a cohesive unit.
A true team that can overcome adversity.
This injury also throws a wrench into the whole Gretzky chase narrative.
Oh, yeah, of course.
We were all so excited to see him potentially break the record.
Right.
Now it feels like there's so much uncertainty.
It definitely adds another layer of intrigue.
Yeah.
The question is, can he come back from this injury and still perform at the level needed to break the record?
Right.
Can he defy Father Time and add another incredible chapter to his already legendary career?
I have to say, for a guy who's chasing such a huge individual achievement, Ovechkin seems remarkably grounded.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that quote of his where he said, if I break the record, it'll be great, but I'm already lucky to be playing in the NHL for 20 years.
It's a really refreshing perspective, isn't it?
Right.
It speaks to his character and humility.
Exactly.
He's not taking any of this for granted.
It almost makes you wonder if this injury could be a blessing in disguise.
That's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, he's 39 years old.
He's been playing at an incredibly high level for decades.
Right.
Maybe this forced break will give him a chance to rest, recover, and come back even stronger, like a reset button.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
We've seen other athletes benefit from extended breaks later in their careers.
Right.
Think about Tom Brady's rest year.
Exactly.
Sometimes a little time away can work wonders for both the body and the mind.
Exactly. Maybe this time off will give him the fuel he needs to finish his career on a high note.
It's a compelling narrative, for sure.
Yeah.
And it definitely adds another layer of suspense to this already fascinating story.
So we've talked about the injury, the impact on the Capitals,
right?
The uncertainty surrounding the Gretzky chase.
Uh-huh.
But there's another piece of this puzzle I want to explore.
Okay.
The Russian perspective.
Yeah.
These articles we have offer a glimpse into Ovechkin's world beyond the NHL.
You're right. We've focused a lot on his career in North America, but his roots in Russia run deep. And they play a significant role in who he is as a player and a person.
And these articles provide such a unique window into his life, his values, his motivations.
They really do. They really help us understand the cultural context that shaped him.
Right.
The people who've supported him.
Yeah.
The traditions that have inspired him.
It's a fascinating journey. For instance, there's this quote from Dynamo Moscow's sporting director, Alexei Sopin, that really caught my eye.
Yeah.
He talks about how Ovechkin prepares very seriously and how he spent his summer working a lot at the track and field stadium skating.
That's that secret summer training we were talking about earlier.
Oh, right.
It's amazing to see that even at his level, he's still pushing himself to improve.
But Sopin called it a secret.
Right.
Which makes you wonder why Ovechkin chose not to publicize it.
That's what's so intriguing about him.
Right.
There's this quiet determination about Ovechkin.
Yeah.
He's not doing it for the headlines. He's doing it for himself, for his team, for his country.
And that resonates deeply with Russian fans.
It does.
They admire his work ethic, his commitment to excellence, his unwavering pursuit of greatness.
It's a good reminder that athletes are more than just statistics.
Right.
They're complex human beings with unique stories, cultural influences, and personal motivations.
And Ovechkin's story, his pursuit of the Gretzky record, captivates audiences all over the world.
It really does.
It really speaks to the power of sports to unite people, inspire hope, and spark conversation.
Absolutely. And as we wrap up this deep dive, I find myself wondering, what will the next chapter hold for Ovechkin?
Right.
Will he return stronger than ever? Will he etch his name in the history books?
It's a story that's far from over.
Yeah.
And whether he breaks the record or not, his legacy as one of the greatest hockey players of all time is secure.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But I think there's something even more profound at play here.
Okay.
It's the enduring allure of chasing history, of pushing boundaries, of defying expectations.
And in that sense, Ovechkin's journey is an inspiration to us all.
It is.
It reminds us that age is just a number, that setbacks can be overcome, and that the pursuit of greatness is a journey worth taking.
So as you reflect on this deep dive, what resonates with you the most? Is it Ovechkin's dominance on the ice, the uncertainty surrounding his return, or perhaps the glimpse into his world beyond the NHL?
Right.
Whatever it may be, I encourage you to keep exploring, to keep asking questions, and to keep delving deeper into the stories that captivate you.
You know, it's interesting what you said about Ovechkin's story resonating with people all over the world.
Yeah.
I'm curious,
Okay.
what's the reaction been like in Russia specifically?
Oh, it's been really fascinating to see the outpouring of support from his homeland.
Right.
We knew he was a big deal over there.
Right.
But these Russian articles really highlight the depth of that reverence.
So it's more than just respect.
Yeah.
It sounds like there's a real sense of national pride tied to his success.
Exactly. They see him as a symbol of Russian strength and resilience.
Wow.
And they're not just celebrating his achievements on the ice. Right.
They're praising his character, too. His loyalty, his work ethic, his humility.
You know, it makes me think about that quote from Dynamo Moscow's sporting director, Alexei Sopin. He said Ovechkin prepares very seriously.
Yeah.
And spent the summer working a lot at the track and field stadium skating.
Right.
It really gives you a sense of his dedication even at this point in his career.
It's almost like he has a secret weapon.
Right.
And the fact that he chose not to publicize this training,
right,
that Sopin calls it a secret,
yeah,
just adds another layer to his mystique.
There's a quiet confidence about him.
Yeah.
A sense that he's not doing it for the accolades, but for something deeper.
And that resonates deeply with Russian fans.
Yeah.
They see him as someone who embodies their values of hard work, perseverance, and the pursuit of excellence.
It's a powerful reminder that there's always more to the story than what we see on the surface.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And as we wrap up this deep dive,
it's hard not to feel a sense of anticipation.
Right.
What does the future hold for Ovechkin?
Yeah.
Will he come back from this injury even stronger? Will he finally break Gretzky's record?
Only time will tell.
Yeah.
But one thing's for sure. Alexander Ovechkin has already cemented his place as a legend.
He has.
Both in Russia and around the world.
Absolutely.
And his story continues to captivate us all.
Yeah, I think so.